Ladies, I am so happy to say that I have cracked the code on smudgy eye makeup. And yes, while that's an amazing thing, I'm also embarrassed because how long it took me to get there. I will never forget when I started this channel, and we're going back 10 years now to 2014. I remember back then when I would do my makeup tutorials and I would hear from my, I'll say older women, my age and older, mid-50s on up. And many of you would reach out to me and you would say, yeah, I'm trying the technique, but I've got my makeup smudges, it falls, it's halfway down my face by the end of the day. What's going on? I didn't know at the time. I honestly did not know because it wasn't my problem. I almost compare it to female OB-GYNs who really didn't understand menopause until they went through menopause, and then they had a whole different appreciation and started to tailor their business, or at least really give focus and concentration to the woman going through menopause. So I guess it took me having to go through menopause in the eye makeup category to finally understand what's going on. I've noticed over the past couple of years, I too have been struggling with smudgy eye makeup. I mean, I'll catch myself in the mirror and I'm doing this, or Courtney will see me and she'll come up to me and she's taking her thumbs and she's doing this. And I'm like, what's happening? I don't think I'm doing anything differently. So I really started to think about it. And I discovered that there are a couple of things going on here. First of all, as we get older, we get drier and we tend to overcompensate with that with a different type of a makeup. So uber hydrating makeup, we switch our concealers. I remember back in the day, I was using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which can be a very drying concealer. And a lot of you said so. You said it cracked too much under your eyes. Back then, it worked great for me. So sometimes our concealers are contributing to it because we switch over to more hydrating formulations. Oftentimes, I know I'm treating my under eye area before I put on makeup with emollients, humectants, things to add moisture to that area. So that's a contributor. Secondly, just natural oils that come from the lid and work their way down. And I know a lot of us too are possibly switching over using maybe more cream-based, crayon-based eyeshadow. That's contributing to the problem. And then of course, using a regular eyeliner and a regular mascara that's not intended for waterproof will lead to smudging. And here's the kicker, and I didn't think about this, but it is so true. As we get older, we tend to have dry eye. What are we doing? We're popping eye drops in our eyes throughout the day. So now we're giving all that makeup an opportunity to loosen, get liquefied, and smudge. So when you put all of this together, it is the perfect storm for smudgy makeup. I'm like, no way, Jose, we are not going there. I'm gonna figure it out. So I've been practicing, trying, and I'm gonna share with you a lot of different techniques, a lot of different products. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, you just have to use this one, or this is the one that does the trick. No, the key is the right formulation. I've got a ton of things to be able to share with you in a variety of price points, all of which will work. But it was just the epiphany and the realization that certain areas can be moisturized, but we got to be real careful around other areas. We've got to do our best to kind of mattify and really set that canvas for that eye makeup to be able to stay. I am starting this video with a full face of makeup. This is at the end of an 8-hour day. And I applied my technique today, and I just want you to see as I come in for my close-up, I don't think you'll see any smudging or budging or movement. I didn't touch up a thing under my eyes. The only thing I did was hit my shiny spots with powder before I recorded this video, but that's it. So what I'm here to say is what I'm doing is working. I'm going to erase, I don't need to erase all of the makeup. I'm just gonna take off the eye makeup. We're gonna start from scratch and I'm gonna walk you through step by step what I did to get my makeup to last and explain how I got there. So let's rewind this tape, assuming there's tape. All right, that took some work, but we got it off. Here's the first thing I want to encourage you to do in the morning before you put on your makeup. You're doing your face routine, your skincare routine. Give it some time to sit before you apply your makeup, and that especially includes anything that you put around the eyes. I'm using Revision C+ Brightening Eye Complex. It has vitamin C and niacinamide. It's got one of those cool little applicators So I have to be careful, and so do you. Don't get it too close underneath, anywhere near the lash line. Keep it a little bit lower and really allow for full absorption before you apply any makeup. The most important thing really is setting the stage with eye primer. You've seen me use this before. Again, I don't want you to feel like you have to run out and get the exact same thing I'm getting. Get yourself a good primer, one that really helps to mattify. And I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. As you'll see, it has kind of a whitish appearance to it. So when you have discoloration on the lid and you've got redness like I do, it's kind of nice to sort of cut that, and it helps the eyeshadow really, really show its true colors, as Cyndi Lauper said, right? So here's the little surprise with the eye primer. We are not only putting this on our lids, and I hope y'all don't mind, but I left my eyebrows on. I figured, what's the point in taking those off and starting over again, right? I mean, if your eyebrows are smudging below your eye, then we've got some problems, okay? I hope that is not the case. So we have a good coating on our lid. Here's trick number one. Take that residual, and you may need a little bit more, and now you're going to sweep some of that primer right underneath your lower eyelashes. I'm going to take just a little hit. So again, just like the primer is going to help the eyeshadow stay in place, I don't want anything falling below this lower lash line. So this is, kind of like a little security blanket in a way, right? Get a little bit of primer down here, because you'll be very surprised when I share with you where the concealer is going to go and not go. So we're primed, and I'm not using the primer as concealer. I'm just running it underneath my lashes. So we're going to carry on and do our eye makeup, whatever palette you like. I've featured this one before in one of my budget drugstore tutorials, the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals. If you have that palette, go for it. If not, use whatever makes you happy. Again, this isn't an eyeshadow tutorial. This is just about getting your makeup to stay put. So I'm just going to do a real quick eye look with some shadow. And if you're not super dark skinned or warm skinned, the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer is so light, it serves almost as a brow highlight as well. Sometimes you don't even need to put one up there. But again, I know I've got a lot of warmer, darker skin tone ladies watching. So you may find that Anastasia is too white for your skin. A lot of eyelid primers are sort of neutral colored, so they won't compete with your natural skin tone. And just blocking out the outer corner with my deepest shade. Again, we're going to go quick on the shadow because that's not the focal point of this tutorial. Take a light color for your inner corner, and then something just to blend it all out. Here's where things get spicy. The choice of eyeliner. Now, I'm not doing a full inner rim, but I am going to top line. Top lining for us mature ladies is the best way not to close down the eye. Too much black eyeliner up top makes the eye look so much smaller and makes it look heavy. So we need to come from underneath, but here's the problem that can create. Because we are running underneath, we are getting some in the waterline. That increases the risk of some of that eyeliner to make its way south. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, find a waterproof, long wear, stay put kind of eyeliner. Again, a multitude of price points. I've got IT Superhero No Tug Gel Eyeliner. I've got NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick. I have Flower Beauty Longwear. All of these, by the way, in the darkest black. I have CoverGirl Exhibitionist 24-Hour Kohl Eyeliner. I have Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil. And I have from Bobbi Brown a kind of a longwear gel eyeliner that looks like so. And you apply with a brush if you want to do that. So again, you have a ton of options. I'm waving my magic wand and I'm just going to pick one. The Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline. Actually, the one that I had used at the end of the video was the Bobbi Brown gel with the brush. So letting you know that was the one used at the end. But again, all of these have proven themselves to be worthy in my book. So here's the dealio. We are running from the underside, and that's how you top line. So you basically smudge into your lash line And then I like to, if you can, don't go all the way down because it makes kind of sad panda eyes. Almost at the end, and then do just an ever so slight little flick out. But this is strictly going in that lash line to kind of thicken the look of those lashes and to build from underneath. Helps to open the eye. Rarely do I do the full inner rim waterline, you know, the smoky. Oh my gosh, I kind of started as the smoky eye girl, and now I don't do it much anymore. You know, I did that look a lot on TV. Who knows? I might bring it back. But since I'm doing morning TV, I don't know. And I just find this to be a more natural look. And you ladies told me, as you get older, you're going to find less is more. And I do find this to be true. Less is more. So I just like this very subtle top line look. And just that little flick just makes, you know, the whole eyelash base look just really, really, really nice. And again, I haven't messed with that area on top at all. Okay, here's my next tip. Your mascara, you will be happier if you go waterproof. You just will. I know it's harder to remove at night, but again, if you're one of those women who needs to apply eye drops throughout the day, if you're dealing with dry eye, if your eyes are teary, any of that, a regular mascara is likely to smudge. So try a waterproof. I'm using Makeup Forever's waterproof mascara. Again, anyone, whatever your favorite brand is, will work. All of these, just the blackest black. That's the most important thing. Your eyeliner and mascara, black is black. Take your time not to smudge. Hope you've been having a great day today, by the way. I have. I've been adjusting to my new home, my new area. Really enjoying it. I am recording this video on Sunday, and I went to a Pilates class this morning. I signed up at a local Pilates studio, then went to church after that. I found my new church home, which is really exciting for me. And then I had lunch by myself and did a little retail therapy, and now here I am shooting a video, and I've been playing with Oscar and taking him on walks in between. So it's been a really, really nice day as I sit here and spend what seems like a decade putting on mascara. Okay, you get the point. Eye makeup is done. Here's where it gets really interesting. So I have, as I alluded at the beginning of this video, I have switched concealer. I need a little bit more hydrating. Now here's the other amazing thing that I have discovered as I've gotten older, less is more. And the old school kind of applying concealer from inner eye all the way out and just kind of doing a ribbon of it, that doesn't work anymore, because that just means a lot of product is going to settle into those lines where you don't want it to settle. And really what we're trying to do is just hide the discoloration. It's primarily in the trough, right here, and then wherever else you may have it, and a little bit here in the outer corner. But again, not too much. So since we're all looking for formulations that help the area and not hinder it, I do want to share this particular concealer that I absolutely love. It's by Typology, Concealer Type 2 Light. It's an anti-wrinkle. It has caffeine and niacinamide in it, and I can actually feel the cooling of the caffeine when I put this concealer on. It's amazing. I really, really love it. So you can again use a smaller brush for your concealer. We are not going to get anywhere around here. So where am I concealing? Where I need it. Pat it in. I can't even tell you I don't remember how I discovered it. If I just got it, tried it, someone told me about it, but it's absolutely remarkable in its coverage, how it feels under the eye, how it wears throughout the day. Really, really a big fan, and great ingredients. Pretty much a natural product. And then just a tiny, tiny bit right out here on the side, just to clean up anything that may have fallen, but again, not under the eye. Okay, this part is really important too, and that is setting everything with a translucent loose setting powder. From the inception of the channel, it still hasn't changed. The Laura Mercier Translucent Loose. I love it. I have not found anything better. So I'm going to set with a brush. It's by Gentry Kelly. It's one of her under eye brushes. And I'm going to pat. I'm going to set that concealer. And no, it's not going to make it all crack. And I'm also going to set right here. I'm not, as you noticed, I'm not doing any makeup in my lash line. There was no eyeliner. You can smudge an eyeshadow if you want, but really no makeup. I'm putting everything above the eye. So I'm going to take a little bit of this powder and I'm going to run it right on top of the primer that I put right under the eye. So I'm essentially taking that primer and I'm setting it with powder, and then I'm running that powder just right out here. You notice there's no powder down here, nothing. That's where the crepiness and the crow's feet are. So if you avoid heavy amounts of makeup, concealer, powder, you're sparing this area from a lot of makeup, and it's actually more youthful. Tap, 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 and then set it underneath. And that's how you crack the code to make your eye makeup stay. My little suggestion to you, if you have to bring eye drops throughout the day, if you need to do something, natural tears or whatever it is, have your little concealer brush as a backup, the one that had the primer in it, or you can bring your little primer tube with you. So if you need to, if the liquid from those eye drops is actually making your eye makeup hang south a little bit, just clean it up, hit it with a tissue, wipe it a little bit with that primer, and set it again with that powder. So you're basically drying the area, and you're trying to dry and prevent oils from the drops or oils from the skin from settling down here. But I promise you, just using long wear products, liners, mascara, and just these little tips make such a huge difference in how your eye makeup performs. One last thing, it's an important one and I can't forget. If you have a makeup setting spray like I do, Urban Decay's All Nighter, just think of it as an insurance policy to keep things in place. I am so curious to see how it works for you. It is my hope that you figure out your winning formula. Give it a try. Let me know in the comment section below, after you've given it a whirl or two, give it a couple of days. Like I said, some products may work better than others, so it's trial and error. It certainly was for me to be able to get at least a good base of product to be able to share with you. But give it a whirl and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your feedback. This is a big video, I think. You guys have been asking for this, and it's taken me a while to figure it out, but I have figured it out. So I'm so happy to be here in this way for you. I really and truly am. I guess that's why a lot of ladies get, and I can attest to this because I've had eyelash extensions as well. The one upside to eyelash extensions is this: you aren't doing eyeliner and you aren't doing mascara. So you don't have to deal with that makeup that falls, because all you have to do is put on eyeshadow and you're done. So just letting you know that a lot of ladies do get frustrated with it and they opt for the extensions because they don't want to deal with this. But if you don't want to deal with extensions, or they're too pricey, or you just don't have the time for it, give this a try and let me know. Be bold, be blessed. As always, so glad to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. It's a tutorial. Yes, I know you've been wanting it.